Good afternoon. Welcome back to the Google UOB SME Leadership Academy webinar series. For those joining us the first time, my name is Gerald, and I lead the mid-market Google Ads business for Singapore. Today marks the last session of our travel segment, and I hope you have gained valuable insights and reached your understanding on the available tools, and most importantly, learned effective people management tips to help you lead your organization through these unprecedented times. In the coming weeks, we'll embark on a new segment, F&B, and I hope you share this series with your network. In the meantime, let's keep learning and do go through the resources on the SME Leadership Academy and Grow with Google Singapore websites. Do note that the past webinars on travel will be available up to the end of today. Thank you once again for attending, and over to our partners from UOB who will wrap up this series.
Thank you, Gerald, for the introduction. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this final session of the SME Leadership Academy webinar travel series. My name is Felix, and I lead the portfolio management function of UOB Business Banking. As we enter phase 2 of Singapore's reopening, I'm sure many of you, more than ever, will need to balance work life with personal responsibilities. So thank you for joining us today. Before we jump into the content, we recognize that some of you may be new to live stream, so we'd like to share a couple of tips to make this as good an experience as possible. Firstly, we highly recommend that you join the live stream via desktop for the optimum viewing experience. Secondly, we appreciate that you may have questions, so we have allotted 15 minutes Q&A at the end of the session. Please feel free to ask your questions throughout. You can do so via the comments section below, and please leave some time for your comments to appear. Finally, we'd love to hear from you. Toward the end of the session, you will see a feedback survey appear. Please share your thoughts. They will be valuable inputs for our ongoing and future efforts. On that note, let's get started. We will be covering 3 segments today. First, we will provide you with a recap of the COVID-19 financial relief measures under the government's assistance schemes. We will then share on UOB BizSmart suite of solutions, and specifically how you can reduce administration time and cost in running payroll, staff, and leave management processes with fully digital workflows and real-time access to individual employee details across multiple devices. To further support you on your recovery journey, we will share with you how you can take immediate steps to digitalize other aspects of your business and the support of the FinLab that they can provide you. This will be followed by the Q&A segment. With that, I'd like to hand it over to Rachel, First Vice President of Business Banking, for the first segment. Rachel, over to you.
Thank you, Felix. Good morning, one and all. Pleased to be here again with you all, and I hope you had a good breakfast earlier. I'm Rachel from UOB Business Banking, and I'll be taking you through some of the COVID support measures that UOB have in place for our customers. Moving on, we understand that this is a difficult period, and UOB stands by SMEs through these challenging times by collaborating with MAS and the financial industry to support SMEs affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. In partnership with MAS and our partners, we have rolled out some of the support measures to help SME businesses in these challenging times. All the support measures are available through our website, and you may wish to scan the QR code on screen to find out more. Next, some of the SME loan relief measures for SMEs include deferment of principal on the secured term loans you have with us. The bank has rolled out a range of temporary relief payment schemes to support customers who are facing temporary cash flow issues during the COVID-19 pandemic. We will then lower the interest rate and also gives higher subsidies on the SME loans with us. You can reach out to UOB by contacting our UOB service hotline at 6259-8188, visit a nearby UOB branch, or reach out to any salesperson or relationship manager in UOB Business Banking. Some of our financial assistance include the Enhanced SME Working Capital Loan, the Temporary Bridging Loan, and the loan insurance schemes or the enterprise financing schemes for our trade facilities. Next up, I'll be running through some of the key features of the Enhanced SME Working Capital Loan and Temporary Bridging Loan features. For the Enhanced SME Working Capital Loan, it's essentially a term loan with a maximum loan quantum of up to 1 million per borrower. The maximum loan tenor stands at 5 years with a 90% risk sharing by ESG. To be eligible, you need to be a business entity that's registered and physically present in Singapore, and you need to have at least 30% local equity held directly or indirectly by a Singaporean or a Singapore PR. Please note that this is only available to SMEs, and for the SME working capital, the SME definition refers to a group revenue of up to 100 million or a maximum employment of 200 employees. For the temporary bridging loan, it's essentially also a term loan with up to 5 million as the maximum loan quantum. The maximum loan tenor also stands at 5 years, and the risk share is also at 90% with ESG. To be eligible, you will also need to be a business entity that's registered and physically present in Singapore. You will also need to have at least 30% local equity held by Singaporean or Singapore PR. Next up, for business owners who are interested, I'm pleased to share that you can now send in an application online via our website. Application takes you only 5 minutes, and all you need to apply online is just your pass login credentials for your company, your SingPass login credential for all business owners, partners, directors for Singaporeans and PRs. If you can scan the QR code on screen now, you'll be taken to the portal in which you may find out more about our UOB business loans. There is also a section featuring our monthly loan installment calculator for your easy calculation. There are also other COVID-19 resources in which you may refer to. You can also send your application online via this link. Next, to find out more about UOB events, business insights, privileges, and offers, you may wish to scan the QR code on your left. The QR code on your right will then bring you to our relief measures and support link. You can also call in to our hotline for further enquiries. If you have any further questions, please feel free to post them in the comments section on your screen, and we will address them during the Q&A session. With that, we will move into our next segment on how you can improve your back office efficiency. I will now hand over to Sean, Regional Partnerships and Channels Leads for BizSmart, to show you how it works. Over to you, Sean.
Thanks, Rachel, for the kind introduction, and thank you everybody for taking the time to join us today. Really good to get to talk to you. So what we're going to be doing today is talking through, as Rachel said, the UOB BizSmart suite of solutions, how we can use these tools to help you digitize your HRM, which we'll be focusing more so on than the back office specifically, and then what you can do in terms of next steps and actions. So a good place to start with the UOB BizSmart and solutions is, why is UOB talking to me about back office solutions and processes? What we've seen over time in talking to and listening to our customers is a changing need in terms of not just offering financial solutions, but offering tools and guidance on how you can run your business more optimally, more efficiently, and make the best of what you're doing with your time, particularly in the SME segment where it is so fast moving and competitive. So we've came up with this proposition in terms of BizSmart, and what I do is help that proposition be brought out to the market regionally around Southeast Asia. So in terms of the suite itself, what we've curated is a core solution offering of Enterprise, which is a solution built on SAP database. In combination with that is HR Easily, which we'll be talking about today in terms of the HRM solution. Connected to that, then, looking at verticals specifically for the F&B segment, we've got a solution called Easy Procure for procurement, particularly around fresh goods. And for the retail sector, we look at Shopmatic, which is an e-commerce building solution. We're also looking at new solutions that are joining this mix continuously. So keep an eye on this space. Talking a bit about BizSmart central solution here in terms of Enterprise and the HR Easily solution, the types of things that we are saying they can do around bank feeds, where you can manage reconciliation. It's a direct data feed from your bank account into the solution itself. In terms of business intelligence, being able to see the data in the system through dashboards with an Excel type integration, so you can manipulate and inquire that data to understand how the business is working. Through payroll and HR management, we're saying that you can do those things more seamlessly, and I'll talk about them a bit in more detail in a moment. E-invoicing and inventory control, we are an access point and an approved solution through Peppol and a part of the SG e-invoicing offerings. And so we are all connected up there and with tight inventory control within the solution itself. The CRM, what customers you have, how you're working with them, and what you should be doing next. We have capabilities in that area. And as I mentioned, the UOB collection side through PayNow, we have the ability to do that through invoicing, and I'll talk about that in a second. And then finally, the one that's most relevant to you is around accounting and finance. So thinking about how we can use some of these capabilities to manage your back office. Now, we're very aware for the travel segment specifically, through your inquire, search, and purchasing for your customers, you're linking into the GDS and other global platforms such as that to find that inventory. So we're not suggesting to change the tools you use in that space. But off the back of that work, you still have to produce invoices, collect revenue, and manage the accounting function of the business. For this part of the conversation is where I think we can add the most value. So up-to-date accounting and banking, where you can, in one solution, see your banking through the bank feed, what's in your account, who owes you money, and who you owe money to. You can manage the invoicing, billing processes in one simple and easy space. In terms of the bottom left, just to address the scalability, where you might be a small business or maybe a more established SME where you are using proprietary tools for that process, but you're thinking about scaling up into a full-blown enterprise-grade solution in the future. Because Enterprise with UOB BizSmart is built on an SAP database, the conversion to move up and across into those much larger solutions is much more seamless in the long run, because you're already managing and processing your data and your business day-to-day processes in a way that conforms with what that larger enterprise solution would ask for. So it's a much easier upgrade process in the future as your business grows. We obviously want to see you grow and take those steps and become a much larger business as well. In terms of managing the business on the go, day-to-day, it's browser-based, it's app-based. So if you do have people that are generating expenses, who are producing invoices, maybe going on site to see customers to sign off on a final travel selection, if you're in that end of the market, you can do those things through the mobile application. So what I want to do from here is move into HR Easily. For digitalizing HRM, HR Easily is our solution where we know we can create a lot of automation and we know we can bring some confidence and I think a bit of trust into what can be a very compliance-focused piece of work and admin for the business. HR Easily is located and localized compliance-wise in 8 countries, and they're expanding continuously. So the things that they do within the solution that really matter to you, 4 critical areas: payroll, leave, claims, and time and attendance. I'm just going to talk you through these fairly quickly, and then we'll look a little bit at how that actually will compare to the current day-to-day that you might be experiencing. From a payroll perspective, this is largely seen as a compliance-related activity. Obviously, you have to pay your employees, so that's also a big part of it. But how you do that and how you account for the right deductions, policies, and tabulating the correct final payment amount is really important. Typically, it's done very manually. So what you can do through HR Easily is have an automated pay run process built on the idea that you trust by configuring the right set of policies and deductions to come up with the final amount, and that you have the right connected solution, and I'll talk about the other capabilities in a moment, to make sure that you are paying them the right amount, whether they are taking leave or also claiming expenses. This is done through the browser and also done through the app. The pay run is done out of HR Easily directly. It's got a required maker and checker approval process in there so that you have the right levels of control. From a leave perspective, employees obviously are entitled to leave. Company by company, this will differ, whether this is your sick pay, your entitled leave, or other forms of leave for charitable work or otherwise. Being able to create a policy that sits within the application, allowing the users to view their entitlements, see what's already been deducted and consumed, what is remaining, and what the value of that is often not that easy to do from a business perspective. You have to sit down and look at multiple manual data sources, potentially, and have to figure that out. So a request from an employee might be very off the cuff for them. It's just something they want to know, but can be a lot of work for you. So using an application that ties these together and allows you to instantly tabulate and put the power in the hand of the employee to just look it up. Beyond that, making requests for leave and then having the built-in policy for approver, maker, approver, and checker are all inside the application as well. So you know at a centralized business level who's entitled to what, who has leave applications, and therefore how you can plan and manage your business around that. In terms of claims, this is also an important one. Employees often in their day-to-day course of business will generate expenses, but how do they actually claim those back to the business? In HR Easily, if this is a pure HRM play for you and you're not looking at the broader suite of business solutions in terms of BizSmart, HR Easily does actually have claims built in. And simply you would upload your chosen category of items that you are willing to pay against. I may be, as an employee, allowed to purchase office supplies or a few other things. Maybe I entertain clients as a part of my job. You can predetermine which things you're willing to pay against, and that way then it gives clarity in the policy to the employee when they make a claim. They snap a photo of the receipt, they simply put in a little bit of information and submit the claim. It's approved by someone who's designated as an approver within the business, also within the same application, and then it's automatically tabulated and added to that employee's pay run. So you're automating a few typically painful steps of that process with confidence that the pay run will be correct at the output. For time and attendance, this is quite an interesting one. It's often a space that's been left to just the most basic manual process. Some businesses run on a pure trust basis. I trust you'll be at your desk to do your work when required, and that's fine. If other businesses, because of different types of employee arrangements or because of a different layout of the office, or in current times, a very distributed workforce, you may want to have a different policy or control in place. HR Easily can really help you with this. Through time and attendance, they can either link into an existing manual process where you tabulate the time and attendance some other way and simply input that into HR Easily. You can integrate into existing POS or other business applications that are collecting this data and have that moved into HR Easily automatically, or you can do it in the app. And the most interesting way they do this is through facial recognition. So an employee, based on policies built into the solution to say you need to be within, say, 50 meters of your place of work from a geo-tagging perspective, depending on a map where that place of work is, they can take a quick selfie. It's geo-stamped, time-stamped, and updates the time and attendance sheet. Then that will automatically file into, when you calculate your pay run, that you are tabulating the right amount of money that's owed to that person based on the time that they work, and also based on policy, tabulating your automatic overtime calculations. So this is a really interesting way, particularly in this current distributed workforce model that a lot of us are experiencing. The flip side to this is not just about automation and trust for the business, it's actually a much better experience for your employees, which really does make a difference. We all know sometimes painful admin processes are very annoying for people. And if you can solve this and add value to the business at the same time, that's a win-win. So we're just quickly, just conscious I might be running over here. So the old way, particularly for time and attendance, quite manual, distributed, manual data sources, you have to pay someone to figure that out. And then trust is an issue. Trusting the data is tabulated correctly. We can take that hassle off the table. For claims and leave, similarly, you can build policies into the solution that are quite basic. They're very easy to think about, but you can trust that they're being applied in a consistent way each time each employee engages with the solution. This is important to give you confidence that the outputs in terms of expenses you are paying or leave that you are assigning is in line with what is actually entitled and allowed by the business, and in a pleasant way for the customer or for your employees to engage with that solution. And finally, for payslips, obviously a legal requirement that you must issue them, but they don't have to be a burden for the business. Payslips through HR Easily are easily accessible by the employee. Based on the other attributes of the system, you know and can trust that they are up to date and accurate, and they simply just go and self-serve, taking that admin process out of your business or away from the desk of someone who could be doing something more important and into the hands of the employees to query themselves. So it's just a much easier, again, trusted way of doing that gives you the right information at the right time. So from here, next steps and actions. Quite simply, take the QR code that's shared towards the end of this session or shared in the follow-up communications and run with it, sign up. There's no obligation in signing up. You can check it out for the whole BizSmart suite. Making a plan and getting started. Sign up is obligation free. I haven't addressed pricing here. I know this will be a question for a lot of you. We're very subsidized through grants through the government, They're defraying up to 90% plus of the cost, and the pricing is quite competitive to begin with. But it's different for everybody. Sign up and talk to us. We'll be able to guide you on what's the best for your business and lead you to those choices that you can make. So thank you very much for your time today. I really appreciate it. From here, I'm going to be introducing Pauline Sim, who's the co-head of the UOB FinLab, to talk about what exciting innovations they have coming up next and how you could participate in that.
Thank you, Sean. So, hi everyone, I'm Pauline from the FinLab, and welcome on our webinar session. So today I'm here to share with you how you can take the next steps on your journey, which is to take action and implement digital solutions that can help your company to grow your revenue and improve productivity. So a little bit about the FinLab. We are an innovation accelerator and part of UOB, and we started in 2016 helping tech startups in the region to review and refine their business model so that they can grow and scale in the region. In 2018, we expanded the program to help SMEs that want to transform and digitalize to go through an acceleration journey and digitalize their business. And in 2019, we expanded this program to Malaysia and Thailand, helping the local SMEs there. So all in, we have met more than 1,000 tech solutions from all over the world. And these are the SMEs that we have helped in Singapore, Thailand, and Malaysia. What these SMEs did was to go through a 3-month intensive program where they picked up tools and then they were matched with tech solutions, and they implemented pilot projects with the tech solution partners. So this is the program and what it offers. Firstly, we equip the SMEs with knowledge and awareness on areas on innovation, on technology, and digitalization. Then the SMEs will go through a process of refining their problem statements and identifying opportunity statements that they want to meet. And once that's done, the FinLab will curate and shortlist relevant tech solutions for the SMEs to consider partnering with. And then the SMEs will select finally the tech solution partner that they want to work with, and we will facilitate the tech implementation projects with the SMEs and the tech solution partners. So all in, we have seen a lot of interest from SMEs in the region to want to join the program. And we really want to help many more SMEs. And that's why this year we have launched the FinLab Online. But before I share more about the FinLab Online, I thought it would be good for you to hear directly from the SMEs that have gone through this journey in 2018 in Singapore. And you will also hear from some of the travel agents that joined the program in our collaboration with Singapore Tourism Board. Enjoy the video.
This is a very important journey as part of our transformation process because when we started the transformation journey, we faced a lot of issues. We faced a lot of problems with the program that we went through with FinLab. They actually helped us to solve quite a lot of things. Without FinLab program, we will have to spend a lot more time, talk to a lot more people. So this is a very compressed and very good experience that saves us a lot of time and effort.
Going back to school is challenging because of the schedule. We are going to school, the classes is 2 to 3 times a week, and it can be quite demanding. So now we understand why FinLab actually mentioned that it has to be an able, willing, and committed SME so that we can actually learn.
Going back to school, the feeling was fantastic. We have learned a lot of technologies that's out there made available to us SMEs. It's just that we don't have the avenue to go and find them until FinLab reached them to us.
It never fails to stimulate the mind, particularly in the area of digital technology. And this year is particularly more interesting because it covers the way technology, digital transformation is being used to help SMEs get into the market.
We decided to go on the FinLab program because we wanted to find a solution that would enable us to have visibility on the company's sales and also to track our customers if there's any fall off. We are looking forward to learn about the various tech solutions and how they can apply into my current company's ecosystem, and what kind of integration is needed and what is not needed as well.
The FinLab program impacted the business a lot. We always in the loss do not know which are the solution or IT solution better for the company. So with this FinLab program, we actually stream down, and then we can identify what is our problem, and we will then find the right vendor IT solution that can enhance the businesses.
Well, I think it's a good experience. The SMEs are extremely interested in what they are learning, and the topic, if not for FinLab, would not have been presented for them, because most SMEs are struggling with day-to-day issues, and here we are teaching them how to transform from a change management standpoint their businesses for success.
It's a learning journey for both parties, for us as well as for the SMEs, but it has been very, very enriching, very, very empowering. What I believe is that these lot of SMEs, they have the ability, and more importantly, they have the willingness to start on this process, and they will continue to see it through till its fruition.
So I hope you've all enjoyed the video and heard the stories from the SMEs that were in our pilot program in 2018 in Singapore. So as I shared earlier, we launched the FinLab Online to serve many more SMEs through an online platform approach. And these are the SMEs in the region that recognize the need to adopt digital tools for their business. And the value that we bring through the FinLab Online is no different from what we did in the 3 months acceleration program, essentially through learning about innovation. And this is done through online content, such as webinars and infographics and guides. And then there is a process where you refine your problem statements as well through the tools that we have on the FinLab Online before we match you with the shortlisted and relevant tech solution partners that we have. And then in the implementation project, we also continue to facilitate the project, working with you and the tech solution providers. So this is what you can find on the FinLab Online that delivers the 3 values: tools, content, resources, and clinics and webinars. I'll dive into each area. So under content, we have a series of sharing from our community, including the SMEs and our partners and mentors. Firstly, Mentoring Leader Series. This is a sharing by experts in their domain and mentors in the FinLab community on topics that are relevant to your business today. 2, on guest columns. These are insights from partners in our FinLab community, as well as key opinion leaders around digitalization. Number 3, Becoming Giant Series. These are the sharing by the SMEs themselves, SME owners just like you, on their challenges and their learnings in the journey as they guide their companies through change. And 4, Fueling Businesses Series are a series of guides, such as infographics and playbooks by the FinLab team to help you in your own journey. Next up on tools. The first tool, Know Your Business tool, is a tool to help you review your current business model and to prioritize your digitalization projects through identifying the current gaps and opportunities that will help you to strategize for your business in the future. And number 2, the DART tool is to help you to zoom into the area of digitalization and identify which are the tech solutions that you might want to use. Under resources, number 3, digitalization grants. We also share information on the various grants by governments that are relevant to businesses, and this is more for your ease and your convenience. And number 4, tech discounts and bundles are the exclusive offers by our tech partners for the FinLab community. On clinics and webinars, this is where we hope to engage with you virtually or in person. So firstly, we will host monthly sessions with our mentors or the FinLab team to help you in your digitalization journey and attend to any challenges or questions that you might have. And we also host a monthly tech showcase where we invite innovative tech solutions that are relevant to SMEs to come in and pitch and share the solution that they have. So at this point, you might be wondering, how do I get on board as a business? How do I benefit from what the FinLab Online has to offer? And I'm happy to share with you that for all SME Leadership Academy participants, you do have automatic access to the FinLab Online. Just look out for the login details in your mailbox in the coming weeks. Before I end, I'd just like to share 2 upcoming webinars that you might find useful on the FinLab Online. Firstly, happening tomorrow is an Unboxing Tech series. This is a series where we showcase the innovative technology. And tomorrow we have invited Content Creation Tech Solution, where you can create unique content using these solutions that you can post on your website or on your social media. And on Thursday, First Things First is a series by our change management and leadership mentor, Peter Ong, on leading change in these current times. So if you want to find out more, you can scan the QR code below or go to this link here at thefinlab.com. And that's all from me. We hope to see you on the FinLab Online, on our webinars, or through our tools. With this, I'll hand it back to Felix.
Thank you, Colin. So with that, we now commence the Q&A. So let me just go through the questions. Okay, I guess the first few questions will be for you, Rachel. So the questions will be, how fast can the loan be approved? And what documents would you need?
Okay, applications typically are approved within a week, assuming that all documents are submitted in order. The loan documents that we require for application includes a signed and completed application form, NRIC, and latest 2 years notice of assessments of all guarantors, 6 months bank statements, and latest 2 years financials if they are available.
Okay, let's move on. Okay, there's a question on what's risk sharing, but I think we have replied that basically this is essentially where the government will provide 90% risk share for these new applications initiated from 8 April to until 31st of March of next year. So for those of you who would like to find out more information, you can actually visit the ESG website provided in the comment section below. Okay, maybe for the benefit of the audience, Rachel, could you just touch on the maximum loan quantum under the temporary bridging loan?
Okay, as shared earlier, the temporary bridging loan is introduced to help enterprise to alleviate the cash flow concerns during this COVID pandemic. So under the temporary bridging loan, eligible enterprises can borrow up to 2 million under UOB Business Banking. Enterprises can also apply for both the temporary bridging loan and the enhanced EFS working capital loan if they meet the criteria for both loans, for both schemes. Of course, the approval is then subjected to assessment by the bank. I hope that answers the question.
Okay, there's a question on, do I need a UOB account for this? I'm not too sure whether is this referring to the loan or the Bismart, but maybe Rachel, you can just touch on loan first.
To apply for the loan, there is no need for you to have an existing bank account. All customers can apply as long as you fulfill the requirements. So you do not have to be an existing UOB customers, so to speak.
Okay, thanks, Rachel. All right, just before we go on to the next questions, just a quick reminder to please fill out the feedback survey, which you should see it appear on the top right of your screen right now. Please do share your thoughts. Your inputs will be invaluable as we move through this program. Okay, so the next questions would be for Sean. This will be specific to BizSmart. So there are two parts of this. So one question is, why is the bank doing this? And I suppose the question will be, why are we going into employee management solutions? And is this free FOC for UOB clients?
Thank you, Felix. Really good questions, guys, very relevant. So let me address the charge one, the free of charge question. So the solutions themselves are not free of charge. They all carry a cost. Sorry, Felix, some feedback coming from your side there. If you can mute yourself. Thank you. So the free of charge question, very relevant. The solutions all come with a cost because obviously they deliver value, and that's the reason for that. That said, there are a range of grant streams that you can work within, such as the SME Start Digital, the UOB itself, in collaboration with INDA, has a grant scheme called the Curator Grant. This is similar to your PSG grant scheme that you may be familiar with. That essentially allows us to bundle solutions as well as implementation fees into a curated grant. Again, my recommendation is to talk to us by signing up and talking to us. Like I said, the sign up can be as simple as an expression of interest, really. You don't have to commit to anything at all except a conversation. And we will take you through those options based on your needs. You may be looking at certain modules of HR Easily. You may also then look at some of the core accounting capabilities of Enterprise, for example, but you're not looking to take on a larger version of the solution. So the costs are customizable, and then we would help guide you to a solution from a grant perspective that meets your needs. What we're seeing, generally speaking, is a very high percentage of the cost is currently defrayed because of the high motivation within the market to obviously help SMEs to adopt these solutions and help you grow and succeed in your business. So the shortest answer is it's not specifically free of charge, but there's a very high degree of support, and please do talk to us. We'll guide you through that conversation. The second question can be a bit of a big question. Why is the bank doing this, right? So the simple answer is we have a strong interest in your success. And one of the ways we can help you succeed is by collaborating with business solutions that benefit your business. So in the shortest version, that's what we want to do. We want to help you to succeed. And there's a natural progression where, as a bank, we have a trusted relationship with our customers. We feel that by bringing some of these banking capabilities closer to some of these business solutions, we can enhance the way that you work, build on our relationship together, and see you grow and succeed as a business. And that benefits everybody. You grow as a business, we grow because of you as a business. And so we're in this together as far as we see it.
Okay, great. Thank you, Sean. Okay, moving on. The next few questions will be for the FinLab. So we'll have Pauline to answer this. Maybe we'll start off with the easy questions first. So, okay, I'll combine two of these questions together. So do we need to be UOB clients to sign up for the FinLab, and how much does it cost to join this program?
Thanks, Felix, for starting out the easy questions first. So this program is actually open to both UOB as well as non-UOB SMEs. And the reason is because we want to support all SMEs who recognize the need to adopt digital. But of course, as you join the program, we also hope that you see the value that UOB is bringing to your business. And we also want to have the opportunity to see if we can support your banking and financing needs. So in all the 3 countries that we have run the program, we have worked with both our existing customers as well as non-UOB customers. And there is no cost to joining the FinLab online program. What you have to do is basically to sign up as a member of the FinLab online, and you can have access to all the content and the features that I've shared earlier.
Okay, good. So moving on to the next question. This SMEs mentioned that they have difficulties, deciding how they should digitize their current business. So how can the FinLab help?
Yeah, thanks for the question. It's a great question. We do know that SMEs are at various stages of your digitalization planning or journey. So for the SMEs that do not know where to start, that's why we have enabled the Know Your Business tool. This is a tool where you will map out your current business model, and then through that process, you will actually be able to identify what are your gaps and your opportunities, and how you want to strategize and plan for your business going forward, especially in such a challenging time. And many SMEs right now, they realize the need to digitalize, and therefore they are also looking at their business model. So then from there, once you have identified all the gaps and opportunities, you then start to prioritize. Because all of us, we have limited resources. So you need to prioritize the areas that most impact and bring value to your business if you were to solve that area. And then after that, it will be a guided journey where we will curate and shortlist the relevant solutions that you can consider using. So if you don't know where to start, you can start with the Know Your Business tool. And then that's where you can identify and start to scope the areas that you want to work on in the next 1 to 2 years. For the SMEs that already know, it's just like you walk into a supermarket and you know you want to buy milk. So you can head directly to the area of tech solutions that you are looking for, and we can also curate and shortlist the relevant tech solutions for the areas that you have already identified. So I hope that answers your question.
Okay, great. Before we move on to the next questions, again, just a reminder to please fill out the very short feedback survey on the top right. It's just in multiple choices, so please feel free to give us your thoughts and comments. Thank you. And okay, moving on to the question. Again, to Pauline, what is the difference between getting matched to technology solutions through FinLab and directly liaising with the solution providers?
Thanks for the question. So we do work with tech solution providers that have track record and have also worked successfully with our past SMEs in the 2 years. So we identify in terms of level of innovation and then how they deliver the project with the SMEs that we have in our program. So our feedback is directly from the SMEs. And then through that process, we then say, are you able to offer something for the FinLab community? So if you work through the FinLab, you might be able to get exclusive offer that they have given to the FinLab community. But of course, we also are here to support the tech solution. So if you came across a tech solution through our website that you find useful, you can also reach out directly to them, because we are constantly working with them and in touch with them as well. However, if it's a tech solution that is not in our list, then I think, for your part, you will need to know how to assess and rightly decide whether this tech solution will be suitable for your business in the long run. Because the last thing you want is to spend time and resources on adopting a tech solution that eventually will not support what you need for the next 1-2 years, and your team or your staff might not want to adopt it, and then you have a white elephant again, sitting as a system sitting around in the company. And this is a problem that we have heard from many of the SMEs that went through our program.
Okay, and this is a follow-up question on the Know Your Business tools. So the audience wanted to know, once they are signed up on FinLab, so are these tools more DIY or is there any guided consultation?
Yeah, so the story I like to share is, we don't just teach you how to fish, we also fish with you. So it is actually very much self-guided, but we do come in and support you along the way. So basically, we walk that self-guided journey together with you. And the reason why this is self-guided is because for yourself as a SME owner, you also very much want to learn how to self-innovate. You do not want to always have to rely on consultants, which will be a cost to your business, but rather really adopt a way of thinking that will be helpful for you to lead and guide your business in the future going forward. So the self-guided tool is a way for you to actually learn and see how you can think about your business model, how you can plan and strategize, what are the frameworks that you can use. And then we are there with you to support you and to answer the questions, whether it is by the FinLab team or by our mentors. So it's very much a guided journey that is also combined with self-guided. If that's a hybrid approach that we have. So I hope that helps.
Okay, and I think this is important to emphasize because some of them may have missed the QR code link earlier on your slide. So, how would the FinLab reach out to the audience?
So thanks, Felix. So actually, all the participants here today will have automatic access to the FinLab online. We will be sending you an email with the sign up or login details. So all you have to do is to log in with the details we have provided, and then you have that access to look at all the content, tools, and resources that we have availed to you. And the live sessions, we hope you join us as well, because that's where we get to interact with you. Short of face-to-face, we interact with you live. Virtually. So if you have any questions, do let us know. We will be hosting an info session very soon because the announcement of the FinLab Online just went out today. So look out for the info session, which we'll be holding in the next 2 to 3 weeks, where we invite all SMEs that want to come on board to ask us questions pertaining to the program and how will the journey be like online for them. And of course, once circuit breaker is fully lifted, we also hope to engage with you in person.
Okay, great. Thanks, Pauline. I think we have answered all the questions. We will just give it another 10 seconds or so. Okay, I don't think we have further questions. So thank you everyone for your time and engagement today. If you have further questions or wish to find out more about UOB's COVID relief measures and digital solutions, please scan the QR code that you see on screen. We hope you found today's webinar of value and will join us for our upcoming sessions. In the next series, we will be focusing on F&B. The first session will be held on Tuesday, July 7 at 2 p.m. with Google. You will understand the key Asia-Pacific and Singapore consumer trends in light of COVID-19 and what the new normal dining means for F&B businesses. I've just posted the registration link below in the comment section. You can view the full webinar topics and sign up for the sessions, as many as you like, that are relevant for your businesses. Please feel free to also share it with your network. In the meantime, keep learning. Do go through the resources on the SME Leadership Academy site and grow with Google Singapore website. Thank you once again all for attending. Stay safe and healthy. We hope to see you in upcoming sessions.
you.